Hey everyone. So, this video has been expected for some time. Here I am. So, I am going to be talking about why I haven't been on YouTube anymore. And, why you haven't seen Engel for so very long. But, I don't know if this is going to be the last video I make on this channel. But, yeah, so, when I created this YouTube channel, it was for a couple of reasons. One, because I was proud to be a furry. Two, because I really wanted to get into YouTubing. I'd done it in the past, I'd been great at it, well, I thought I was great at it, and then I felt like, it was a good reason to basically get out there and expand my video editing skills and vlogging skills, like, going to conventions with the camera up, all that sort of stuff, like what you see of your famous or most loved favourite YouTuber doing. I also did it because I really wanted to talk about, what it's like to be a furry. I wanted to show you guys that, look, there's a very small percent of negativity in the fandom, but there's also a whole lot more of fun and positivity in the fandom. So I really wanted to talk about, what it's like to create your own fursona, what it's like to pick your own fursuit maker, those sorts of videos. Unfortunately, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of other videos out there like that, and this is sort of where things went really dark for me on YouTube. So, I stopped YouTubing, fursuiting, and even being a part of the furry fandom because there was a lot of negativity. There was a lot of expectations from me that I think were really unfair, and it put me off. And because of that, look, it's very hard to look at photos or videos or even just seeing Engel's fursuit. It's very hard to actually look at that and go, wow, I had a lot of fun, because I'm more often reminded of the negativity that happened to me as I was a part of the furry fandom, rather than the other things that were fun and positive. The big reason why I'm not doing YouTubing anymore, why I'm not fursuiting anymore, it's a mixture of, I just crack my voice. It's a mixture of, when I was doing things on YouTube, and this was coming from a lot of furries, it was, people saying, or you're trying to be like Telephone, or you're trying to be like another Australian YouTuber, and that's very off-putting. That's really off-putting when people say that who you are is not who you are, you're just fake. Like, I can sort of understand the Telephone thing, but I was trying to sort of make my own way with chirping without actually communicating. And, I thought that was a really great thing at that time. But, obviously, people didn't receive that very well. They thought I was trying to be a copycat, and that kind of sort of thing in the furry fandom is unacceptable. Anyway, getting on with the point of things, there's a lot of stress. It becomes very exhausting as a YouTuber, and suddenly that fun motivation that made you be a YouTuber suddenly becomes, I don't want to do this anymore, on top of the negative remarks and the hate and all that, you sort of get to the point where you go, well, what's the point of doing this anymore, If that purpose and that motivation and the inspiration is no longer there, there's really no point in continuing on YouTube. The reason why fursuiting is a no-go. So, it is hard to public fursuit on your own, yes. But I wanted to be like one of those YouTubers with the cameras and, hey, look at me, But the biggest issue I did have was when I would go out to these places, like, small conventions or, Comic-Cons, those sorts of places, a lot of people would, and it was more so teenagers and adults, like even old adults, they would actually come up and pull the back of my tail, and, okay, sure, that's going to damage the tail, but it's also really, really bad for my health, because that tail is attached to a belt which goes around my waist, which, when you're pulling the back part, you're actually pulling and hurting my spine. And it's so stupid that people would do that. And even when you tell them to stop, they think it's a game, and they just keep doing it over and over and over again. They keep thinking that it's fun in games, even when you're sweating and boiling in a fursuit in 40-degree heat, and you are struggling emotionally and mentally and saying, no, leave me alone, and people keep doing it, it becomes really, really, really bad where you literally have a mental breakdown. I didn't get to that point, but I was very, very close to it. And it's very hard. You know, when you are in a fursuit, your eyesight is limited. You can't have the same visual feel as what I do now. I mean, actually, my field of vision is pretty bad because I'm short-sighted. I need glasses, but I'm doing this video without glasses because I need the light on, and when I have the light on, the light reflects in my glasses, so it's a catch-20 there. But my point is, you can't see a lot. And when you have a little bit of PTSD, you can't see what's behind you, and someone's pulling on your tail and thinking it's a joke and laughing about it, that can be very triggering, and it's not good. And when you say no to someone, you expect them to stop. But when they keep going, and going, and going, and going, it sort of gets to a point where you need help. And sometimes there's not always that help around, especially when you're on your own. So I decided to stop fursuiting in public because of that. And I was still doing YouTube videos at that point in time, but it got to a point where I couldn't do it. I just could not do it, you know. I got very exhausted with remarks, with comments, with, you know, going out in public. If I did this, is someone still gonna, you know, pull on my tail? Is someone gonna, like, you know, try and slap me silly? Like, what, like, how do I deal with that? And, you know, the stress of it all, it just becomes too overwhelming to the point where I'm like, I'm suffocating here, you know. So, yeah. So at the current moment, Engel's okay. I still own her. Don't worry, I haven't sold her yet. I did contemplate about selling Engel, but I don't think I can do that just yet. She is, at the current moment, packed up in a box, which I did today. Hence why this video is really emotional to do, because I packed her up in a storage box, and now she's in storage. So, you know, I needed the space. I probably actually didn't really need the space, but, you know, I keep telling myself that. But, like, I don't feel like I'll be wearing that costume anytime soon, is the point, and why I needed to do what I did. And I felt like after I did that, okay, I need to get this off my chest. Like, I've done videos in the past couple of years talking about why I'm no longer doing fursuit anymore, and it's still very emotional. You know, but I do the video anyway, and then I would finish the video like I normally would, even in fursuit, out of fursuit, you know, and then I would go through to my gallery and I just delete it, because I felt like, okay, I vented, I got that off my chest, I don't need to do that anymore. But after today, I do need to. I feel like I owe you guys a bit of closure. So, I would say, hopefully you enjoy this video, but really, this was what I needed to do. And I apologize for it being a long video, but, like, I don't think I'll be coming back as Engel anytime soon. I did look at the fursuit and go, I really need to get a new fursuit. I love Mocha Dragon style, though. It's great, but I would love to have a full bodysuit at some point in time. So, a bit tedious wear, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, this video is coming to its end. Thank you if you did manage to get through to the very end of this video. You deserve a medal for that. But, I can't say anything positive. Like, I'm gonna come back in the next month or so when I feel better. Like some people do. I would really love to come back to this channel and continue with the purpose and motivation that I did first originally do. But, you know, it is what it is. I might pop on YouTube from time to time, but, like, you know, it's going to be very rare for me popping onto this channel, because every time I would, there was a lot of harsh remarks, and yeah, I just don't want to go through that again, you know. I don't want to keep constantly going through over and over and over again, you know, that repetitive hate and draining feeling from doing this. So, it's done. Thank you guys for staying with Engel through her journey. thank you guys for staying with me as a fursuiter. I'm glad I could provide some form of content. But I think this is coming towards the end of the road for me as a YouTuber. I really don't have time to YouTube. It's kind of sort of a silly thing. Everyone's trying to be a YouTuber, make that as a career, but I don't feel like I'll be coming to this channel as often, if anything at all. So, yeah. But it has been an amazing journey with people who have kept up and given me positive support. That was really good. That was what probably kept me going through most of the time. But I can't just keep relying on positive comments. So just thank you. That's all I can say is thank you guys for just sticking around.